out in the woods. But at daylight, I go, yep, yep, yep. And a turkey gobble. First time I ever used a turkey call.
I mean, the addiction of being out there and talking to them is intense.
And man, I'm telling you, my heart went through the top of my head. Man, this is something.
It's just beautiful, you know. It's all the hollows and ridges, and I don't know. I know why a lot of people retired in Missouri now.
We've got some outstanding hunting. For anybody that hasn't experienced it, there's nothing quite like the interaction that you have with the gobbler out there in the spring. To hear him gobble and spit drum is an incredible experience. I spend a great deal of my time listening to turkeys, watching turkeys, and turkey hunting, and wouldn't miss the season for the world.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's the first time I've been hunting ever.
Have you ever shot a gun before?
Oh, no, not a real gun, but Nerf gun.
So a big part of my job is working with elected officials, trying to educate them about the importance of conservation and why Missouri is so special. I went to Representative Pearson and said, hey, we're looking for a St. Louis student, a person that qualifies for the Governor's Youth Turkey Hunt, 11 to 15, somebody from the city who hasn't really had an opportunity to experience the outdoors too much. And he came back to me and said, how about my son Carlton? I said, that works for me. And turns out Carlton's a great kid, very polite, very well-mannered, into sports. He's an artist, but he's never been in the woods before.
I think that we're going to get at least 5 turkeys, or more. Yeah, that's about it.
You know, a lot of our youth, and even one of the things my son talked about was, you know, video gaming and the computers and phones and technology. I think one of the things that can come with that is a neglect of unplugging and getting away. And so it's good to, you know, have some targeted programs and projects that get young people outside and just to kind of pause, take some time and enjoy their surroundings.
Okay, now where are you wanting me to look while I'm talking? Look at him? Look at you? Okay, sun's in my eyes on. I'm an outdoor journalist. That's what we call ourselves these days. It doesn't take, a rocket scientist to figure out if we want this sport to continue, we've got to bring new people in on the front end. But the competition for their time is so tough these days. Kids are big into the electronics. They're extremely busy. There's ball games, there's church functions, all kinds of things that we have to compete for their time. Yeah, we've lost a lot, but I'm proud to say that Missouri is actually not only retaining hunters, but gaining a little bit.
All right, aim right at the base of the neck.
Gotcha.
You ready?
Yeah.
Whenever you shoot, go ahead.
You got it. Yeah. Good job.
Fantastic. That's something to be proud of there. That's a nice bird, Reese.
Hopefully we're training hunters, these upcoming kids, they're just more than hunters. I like to see hunters that know their wildflowers.
I feel very fortunate. I'm an immigrant. I came to this country in 1956. And so when I have opportunities to bring young kids and show them this, we need to educate these kids about wildlife and how important it is. But for me, growing up, it was always kind of a recharge of my battery when I felt, really hemmed in the city. I'd find places to escape along the Mississippi River and the railroad tracks, and it was a way of recharging my soul. And I want to bring kids out here and show them, especially kids from the city that don't get exposed to this, what nature can do to recharge your soul.
Missouri is such an incredible outdoor state. I mean, conservation and the outdoors are so well embraced and celebrated from the top down. And it's great that our elected officials recognize that. And we have this celebration called the Governor's Youth Turkey Hunt. And this year we're celebrating the 9th annual Governor's Youth Turkey Hunt.
Welcome everybody. I'm super excited to be back. This is my 4th Governor's Youth Turkey Hunt, and I'm telling you, it's turned into one of the highlights of my year. This year we've got 17 hunters. We saw those hands go up for first timers. That's what this is all about. You know, we're trying to expose new youths to the outdoors, to the magic of turkey season and the rejuvenation of spring.
That experience is, you know, it's a new one for those youngsters, and they've never hunted before, never turkey hunted before. So, you know, we've got several different folks that contribute to that effort to give them the base of knowledge that they're going to need to be successful.
When you hammer that turkey and he's flopping on the ground, are you going to be excited? You better believe you're going to be excited. Your heart's going to be pounding, and you're going to be so excited that you might forget that if you use a semi-auto, when you pull that trigger, it's going to kick out your empty and load another one in, and it's already off safety because you were successful.
And I can guarantee you, if you have a gobbler that's from here to those cars away and it lets out a gobble, it's probably going to make you jump. I know it does me occasionally. My part with that is to talk just about some basic turkey biology and talk about turkey behaviors, talk about turkey ecology, talk about some of the key characteristics that turkeys have that'll enable them to, you know, be able to identify the correct bird and a bird that's legal to harvest during the hunting season.
This is a 20 gauge, and it kicks a little bit less.
So we can take them both over there. You can try them both unless you tell me you just want to do one or the other right now.
Youth of today are the conservationists of tomorrow.
I'm going to take it off safety, and when you're ready, I want you to squeeze the trigger. Okay?
There's no question about it that if we're going to maintain our forest, fish, and wildlife resources for generations to come, it's on us who enjoy the outdoors today to make sure that we're educating and involving today's youth and to instill in them a love and respect for the outdoors.
Yeah, we ate at the governor's mansion, and we had a dinner, and it was fancy. The mansion was nice, and it was big.
So 17 of you youth hunters are in this room tonight, and I hope you can appreciate how many people are dedicated and concerned with your success and happiness for this weekend. You're the future of conservation, and we're extremely excited to support you as you grow in this incredible Missouri tradition.
The surest and the most important thing that we can do to preserve that legacy is to encourage the love of Missouri's outdoor resources among the next generation.
And I'm very thankful to have an opportunity to know Governor Greitens and to know that he truly is committed to conservation, that he understands the importance of it as social and recreational enjoyment for Missourians across the state, also the economic value, the extreme importance of hunting and fishing and general conservation enjoyment across our state. So we're very fortunate in Missouri to continue our tradition of governors, with Governor Greitens being a dedicated conservationist.
I do hope that when the sun comes up and you see the kind of world awaken, that we just take a moment tomorrow to really appreciate the day that we've all been given.
There's something magical about turkey hunting. The idea that you're communicating with an animal, that you're actually luring them in with vocal sounds representing their own species, it's just exhilarating to me. Plus it's spring and there's this whole rejuvenation going on. The forest is growing new, young wildlife is being born. Everybody, including humans, are coming out of the winter doldrums and re-emerging in new life, essentially. And turkey season really kicks that off. And this morning we had our first hunt. You know, he went through the training yesterday and shot a gun for the very first time yesterday. And we had a big old box gobbler come out into the field, and I think he has a pretty good grasp on the emotions and the adrenaline that comes with an experience like that.
Swing and a miss. Are you nervous? Yeah.
I was kind of nervous. I was shaking. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get it or not. Kind of nervous.
This year, the Governor's Youth Turkey Hunt ended in a miss. We pulled the bird in, and you know, sometimes when you're hunting you just miss, and it didn't work out, but the opportunity was there, and I've had a chance to talk to Carlton's dad, Tommy, and Carlton's a real reserved guy and, you know, doesn't show a lot of emotion, but Tommy says ever since that hunt he's been just chattering up about it.
So it was good to hear Carlton when he got back and was able to share with his brother and sister and mother about his experience, and to see the smile on his face and to hear kind of the excitement in his voice as he was able to reminisce of some of the things that he did, and just being able to share that experience. I think it kind of awakened some things even in them to make them want to say, well, maybe if you guys go out again, you may want to take us with you.
I'm guessing about 22 pounds.
Sometimes it's pretty tough to give them expected success when it comes to hunting, and particularly turkey hunting, because it's tough. We're trying to teach that it's not putting a turkey in the bag or on the table. That should be the end result. We want them to enjoy the entire experience. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into making a successful turkey hunt. We talk about a lot of different things other than just pulling the trigger on a turkey. Of course, there's nothing better than a wild turkey dinner, though.
It's really a whole experience that weekend. If the kids get a bird, great, and a lot of them get an opportunity, but I hope that they leave understanding that turkey hunting is much more than just shooting a turkey. It's an exciting time of year to be out there. It's just an incredible experience as a whole.
Turkey hunters are an extremely passionate lot. Once you've experienced turkey hunting, once you've crept out into the forest in the darkness and been there as the world starts to wake up around you, and the silence is shattered by a thundering gobble of a big old tom turkey, you know, I just don't think there's anything like it to be able to vocalize with these birds and have a two-way conversation with an animal as, you know, predator and prey. It's an intense experience.
It was fun for me. I was really nervous because I wasn't sure if I was gonna hit it or miss, but it's a part of hunting, so. But I had fun and I enjoyed it.